In the 18th century, power was slow, tangible, and anchored to the earth. Wealth was measured in vast agricultural estates, heavy gold locked in palace vaults, and standing armies moving at a marching pace. The Frankfurt Judengasse offered the opposite reality, a single, locked, 330-meter lane where the city's entire Jewish population was legally confined. Residents were barred from owning land outside these walls, forbidden from most professions, and locked behind iron gates every night. Born into this environment, Meyer Amschel Rothschild recognized that survival depended on mastering hyper-mobile capital, wealth that could cross borders instantly, unconstrained by territory. The severe legal restrictions of the ghetto acted as a generative force, compelling Meyer Amschel to invent a completely new architecture for moving wealth. Moving money across 18th century Europe was a chaotic process. The continent was a fractured map of shifting borders, isolated legal systems, and competing states locked in constant warfare. Merchants relied on the bill of exchange, a written promise to pay, but its value was entirely dependent on the fragile trust between distant, unknown parties. If an intermediary went bankrupt or a border closed, the transaction shattered. Meyer Amschel saw that whoever could establish absolute, unbreakable reliability in multiple cities simultaneously would dominate the flow of European capital. Solving this trust deficit required a closed-loop network that functioned independently of any outside institution. Meyer Amschel, the architect of this system, deployed his 5 sons to 5 distinct financial capitals: Frankfurt, London, Paris, Vienna, and Naples. While competitors operated as fragmented local banks, the Rothschilds functioned as a single unified enterprise, sharing one global set of accounts. Their operational secret was a private encrypted courier network. By bypassing slow government postal services, family intelligence and capital moved faster than the surrounding environment. Nathan Rothschild's massive profit from the Battle of Waterloo was the culmination of years spent using this superior intelligence network to deliberately position himself inside the British war effort, rather than the result of a single lucky trade. The core engine of Rothschild power was structural. They consistently knew the outcome of battles and shifts in markets days before the sovereign states they were financing. The family eventually transitioned from participating in European finance to becoming the indispensable axis for sovereign government borrowing. In 1875, Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli needed immediate funds to purchase the Suez Canal while Parliament was out of session. The Rothschild network provided £4 million in liquid capital within 24 hours. This scale of sovereign lending was parlayed into control of the physical industrial world. The family financed trans-European railways and massive natural resource extractions, such as the mining operations shown here. This strategy demonstrated that financial power is achieved by becoming the infrastructure upon which the market itself depends. Wealthy dynasties usually face a natural entropy, wealth fragments across generations due to inheritance laws and family infighting. To resist this, Meyer Amschel's 1812 will acted as a legally binding corporate protocol designed to prevent generational fragmentation. The protocol was strict. Senior leadership was restricted to male heirs, decisions were made collectively, and family capital was bound together through strategic intermarriage and a ban on public asset inventories. Their geographic spread generated wealth, but this extreme family governance concentrated and compounded their power for 2 centuries. As the 20th century progressed, the ascent of instantaneous communication through the telegraph neutralized the Rothschilds' foundational advantage, their private courier network. Simultaneously, the rise of massive joint stock banks created public capital pools that outscaled the limits of private, family-only wealth accumulation. The final blow was physical. The rise of the Nazi regime led to the forced confiscation and destruction of the Central European Rothschild houses, breaking their presence on the continent. Their absolute supremacy ended when modern technology and political catastrophe broke the specific structural inefficiencies they had optimized. Centuries of shadow puppet conspiracy myths often distract from the actual, replicable brilliance of the Rothschild model. Their success rested on 3 pillars: leveraging network effects, compounding information asymmetry, and deploying multi-generational corporate governance. Looking back at the locked gates of the Judengasse reveals a highly capable system engineer who mapped a mathematical way out of extreme constraint. The ultimate lesson of the Rothschild dynasty is that world-shaping influence comes from architecting a superior protocol that turns local limitations into global leverage.